Hello everyone, this is Zakaria. I'll be explaining you ICP3, Big Data Analytics and Development. So let me take you from the beginning. We have imported the necessary libraries and dependencies. Few of these are used at the very end. For example, sklearn and model selection, then linear model, logistics regression and all. But I have imported it here. We read the data from our given URL. Index column 0 basically represents that index column 0 is our ID, right? So for example, if I by default, if I remove this, let me show you how it will present. Okay, so now if I do this, it goes like this, right? So yep, the data frame sets a predefined ID, so I don't need that. I already have an ID, so that is also unique, so I can make that as my index column. So this command does that. Dot head gives me the top 5 rows. Then I've seen what is basically their column names, length of the data set. These are the number of rows, shape, 2 columns. One is labels and the other is tweets. So labels is data types is integer and other is object. So object is more like a string. Even if you see here, we can clearly see that it's a string. Yep, so I've checked if there are any null values, so I can just discard those. Then just repeated those. Okay, so now I'm plotting those. I'm grouping by the labels. So labels, as we know, is an integer value, so it will be either positive or negative. So 0 is considered as negative and 1 is considered as positive. So I'm just plotting them in a histogram. Distribution of data and labels. So yeah, same plot, just different colors. Okay, so now I have to basically make few data pre-processing steps in order to apply my machine learning algorithms. Data frame made a data frame data which includes these two, tweet and label. So number one thing we need to do is make all our data of tweets in lowercase. So for example, if something is written in caps, for example, if this wasn't written in caps, W is caps, in caps, like capitalized, so this will be converted into lowercase. Then I have to remove the user, add the rate of user in from every tweet. So I made a function out of it and replaced it with empty blank. So this is running for each loop, iterating it and then replacing it. Here the function is called. Then if I see right now, my tweet do not have at the rate of user. Sorry, I did not run above task, so it's showing like this. This is already tokenized as well. So since it was taking quite some time, so it wouldn't be possible to make a video and record it. Then I have to remove punctuations. Punctuations, if I print, so punctuations list is basically a bunch of exclamation marks and unnecessary characters from my list. So again, this function is being called here, and then it's been this is the function that is being called, and here we are basically iterating it in a for loop. This is printing the top 10 5 rows. Repeating characters, that is basically if, for example, if there is a word H A P P P P Y Y Y Y, so that is actually happy, so we can remove those extra A's, extra P and extra Y. So this is the code for that. Again, function is called. I have to remove the URLs, www and HTTPS, so I did that too. Removing numeric numbers from 0 to 9, I did that too. Short words, length is less than 3, such that A, for example, A is I, U, so these will be removed. You see there's no A, no S. I have to separate positive and negative tweets. So like I said, positive is basically where label is 1, negative is basically where label is 0. Just ignore these. From word cloud is basically where we can represent in a image form a number frequency of these positive words and negative words. So if I run this is the word cloud of our complete data set, right? And I have converted it into positive word cloud as well. This is a positive word cloud if you see, and this is a negative word cloud. So yep, after that we have done tokenization of tweet text. Tokenization basically converts each string into further words. Then stemming is applied. I was just testing. So stemming is applied here. So all these words will be considered as a one word. Again, this is iterating over one loop. So the method is same. So I just need to define different functions and then apply. Lematizer is applied similar way. Now the machine learning algorithm, we need to set some things. So X is basically the tweets and Y is labels. We have set 30% our test size. So 70% of the data is basically to our training module and 30% is for our testing. Using transformation to TF IDF vectorizer, I just run these commands. Basically, our model is using. We need to have a classification report as well, so where we'd be getting Y test and Y predicted values and how close we are to our false positive, false negative, and what is basically the accuracy of it. So these are few commands that will do that. If I run these and I've used basically logistic regression here, I'm fitting a model of X train and Y train, passing these arguments. So if I run these, I get this as a confusion matrix, right? So if I see true negative and true positive, so they are the ones which are basically should be considered. Okay, this was ICP number 3. That's all. Thank you guys.